Welcome to part 5 of the CB750 restoration, and then this is about all I have left because the rest of it's off being media blasted. So hope you enjoy. Just starting to undo the back wheel off. If you're ever going to hit a thread, use a nylon hammer, and I'll do it with the nut still on. With some multis and yank it out from the other side. I might be able to grab it by hand. There we go. Rear axle is being a bit of a pain to get out. I'm just squirting those linings with a bit of water on the off chance they're asbestos. I can dry the water off the drum and all that sort of stuff. I'm not worried about that. But I don't want asbestos dust. Oh, got it. Oh, lordy. This is a bit dirty and it's sort of hanging on a bit. It's very difficult to get out. The inside lining doesn't look too bad. It's going to need some finessing. This, on the other hand, is original HM Honda. Wouldn't be at all surprised if that's asbestos. So I'm just going to put that in a bag and tape it up. And when I'm ready, we'll sort of wet it all down, as we did before, so there's no chance of dust, and I'll put some new ones on. And I won't go for new old stock, I'll go for some non-genuine ones. Right, so here's our axle. Little chain tensioners. Not sure what to do about these. I think these are chrome, I'm not really sure. I'll see if we can zinc plate those. I'm not worried about those. These are little keepers, little locks that fit into the swing arm. We have to hang on to those, and of course we're not plating anything like this. These will clean up beautifully. That's the rear axle. And you know what? It's got some evidence of water entry, but it's still smooth to touch, so that'll clean up beautifully. So I can put that away. I think perhaps the best thing to do now, I'll bag these. I'll pop the swing arm off. I've just got one shock leaving it up, sort of upright. That whole brake lever will come out like so. This is the brake lever, the rear brake lever, and you can see the spring qualities. Stay there, Rosie, you can have this in a sec. You can see the spring quality. It's got all its plating and everything on it. It's in great condition, so I'm just going to clean that up. There's a small clevis pin holding this whole lever on, and I'm not going to plate that either. I think I'll just paint that. Everything seems to clean up really, really well. As far as those swing arm locks are concerned, we'll bag and take those. We can put those away as well. So I think I'll pop the rear shock off. There's only one on there now, so I'll pop that off quickly. My daughter is waiting for the tripod. We broke one.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, go subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, we're doing some free advertising.
Huh?
I don't even know what I've done with that.
Great red or black?
Oh no, that'll come off.
Is it ready to be ridden yet?
Oh, no. I think we're a long way off that.
Huh.
And you know what? I don't even care. It's all good.
Yeah, it looks a bit blacky.
It looks a bit knackered if you ask me. But, whoa, where did that go? There it is. It looks a bit knackered, but you know what? That's half the fun. As far as these rear shocks are concerned, they're trash, but when I'll keep them until I get the new replacements in case there's a problem with length or whatever. So I'll take that off. And we'll give my little kid her tripod.
Hello.
Alright, you're taking the swing arm out. Just a minute. I've got a problem with tea. Looks pretty good. It's mangy looking, but the bushes are really, really good. That just popped straight out, slid straight out, no good problems, nothing. The bushes look tremendous. Really, really good. This is the one thing I did want to powder coat. Now if I powder coat it, some people say leave the bushes in when you powder coat, but I don't know how the rubber's going to go with 300 degrees C curing the powder coat, but I don't know. I might paint that. I might reuse them up. I'm not even really sure if I'm going to keep this bike. I'm not positive about that at all, so I'll just sort of pop that down there for now, and I might start on the front now. Might be the best way to go. Just going to pull the front down, just going to drain the forks. I think this is the fork drain. Well, 2 drops, 3 drops, not much. These do need to be rebuilt. That leg there is all scuffed up, so I think I'll get new tubes for it. Nothing is coming out of there, but that doesn't surprise me because this was all sweaty sort of up in this area here, so I'm not too sort of worried about that. I'll just take them out and you know, when we go to rebuild the bike or put the bike back together, we can deal with that then. See if this has got any more on this side. This one didn't seem as bad. And here we go. Okay, that was it. A bit light on. Forks. For goodness sake. Funny joke. I'm just loosening this nut at this sort of cap at the top, which has got spring tension behind it, and the little pinch bolt, and then that should just slide down like that. Oh, with rusty crap. Doesn't matter. They've got to be redone anyway. 333 feels pretty good. And that feels really good. Oh, no it doesn't. And we can see this is turns freely, but it's not good. So we'll put new bearings in there anyway. We're going to anyhow, but just wanted to feel it. Just stand on it and take that off. Rather lovely. These things I'll just polish. Where's my spinardly? Guys, I tell you what, you don't want to work in an environment like I'm working in at the moment because it is a mess. Oh, that was not tight. Did that just come off? How do these come off? I think it just knocks up, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Did it just come up? Oh yeah, it's coming up now. I don't want to whack it too hard. Oh dear. Oh, they were the nuts. That's alright. Oh, that's cool. I thought they were balls. There should be a light washer in there somewhere. Now, this is just a bit of aluminium. So I'll just repaint that. Satin black. That's good. So that can go in the box. Look at this little guy here. It already feels a bit better, but we'll take it out. I think I'll use a pin punch and give that a good knock. I don't have the right tool for it. I have to think about I don't have the right tool for much in this bike, but what do you do? Sweet. Now, I haven't taken these apart for 30 years. And on my 354, I replaced the bearings, they're all loose balls. And two. So I think I replaced them for tapered roller bearings. But whatever the case, I'm going to catch them with this handy dandy mechanics magnet. Ew. I think the whole thing's going to fall out. Hang on a minute, where are we? Oh, they're all sort of still stuck on a bit of grease, that's cool. So much for that. So much for that. And all things considered, it doesn't look too bad, although some of the hardening does look affected. But people do retrofit these with Yeah, look, the hardening's gone. Oh, we can't see. The hardening's gone. You can see there's dark marks. And that's where it would have been ratcheting as you turned it. It was sort of like that. So, that's cool. I think we can just knock that out. I'll get on a forum and have a look and put a tapered roller one in. I think that's going to be a much, much better solution. This rubber can be a bit of a hassle. I've sort of lubed it. It's like the kickstand rubber. You get new ones of these. I don't know if I need one. But, yeah, a little bit horrendous, but we got it out in the end. I don't know whether to powder coat that or just... It's cheap, actually, to electroplate. And this isn't really a big deal, it's just a side stand. Electroplating sort of $60 for a bucket full of stuff, and they clean it, and you get it back and it looks brand new. The only thing is it'd be gold or silver. So I don't know what to do with that. I think I might plate it. Jammed in there. It's not too bad. But just a little bit of resistance. And there we go. There we go. I think I got it. That's about the last piece. The centre stand. So, now comes the task of cleaning everything up. I've left some bolts in for the horns, and there's also a couple for engine mount brackets, but also this little rubber guy here for the side cover. I'll just pop that out as well. And then we have a naked join. All ready for blasting. Well, CB750s have always been available as naked bikes, but I'm not sure if they've been that naked. We've got the camera's sitting on it. Hang on, I'll move this back. We've got the centre stand, got the battery box. I've taken all these grommets out. All the rubbers are in absolutely lovely condition. They've got little pads to keep the battery protected. There's about 6 of them all told, and also the rubbers are in the top here. So that's the one thing I really do want to get powder coated. The swing arm, yeah. I'm just sort of iffy about the bushes. I might just pull them out and get that done as well. And of course the frame, and I'm worried in some way because I've got a chassis number there and it's quite shallow. Woo. I don't want it sort of filling up with powder coat, so I'd almost prefer that being taped off and not coated. As well as this plate here. I don't want those rivets taking out, I want it all original, just for when it comes time to register. So it's blasting day today, so we need to take these old roller bearing shells out. It's going to punch the bottom one out from down here and then flick it around and sort of knock that in from the out from the inside, I should say. And I think just a suitable drift in there will do that job quite nicely. There's a decent ledge there to access them. I'm going to flick this around. Oddly enough, the bottom one in some ways looks in better shape than the top one. Start by knocking that top one out, I think. I can feel it give straight away. I've already got it. There we go. Easy peasy. I mean, you could at a pinch reuse that, but I really, really wouldn't. It's absolutely had it. I've seen guys reusing this sort of thing and they'll turn reasonably smoothly. But at the end of the day, all the case hardening is gone. It's absolutely stuffed. So we need to get them out. So flick this little guy around. We're going to get that one out now. Now I've got to do a little bit of research on this because the shoulder where this sits, the replacement head stem bearing apparently sits a bit proud, which yeah, I'm not sure if I like that. It's a Timken, I think, bearing, and it's through all balls, I believe. So I'll just take that other one out, and then that's all ready to be done. Now this is one of the reasons I'm not using a lead acid battery in the bike. This car I restored a couple of years ago with a brand new battery tray, and you can see where the lead acid sweated out of it, or leaked out of it, whatever. And this is what's happened. Now the XD has a similar sort of thing, although the XD's never had the battery tray out of it, so it's of course covered in rust. So I'm going to get these blasted and powder coated as well. Rightio, I'll take this out and take that tray off. I mean, push comes to shove. Can you imagine if you bought a new car? My Commodore, I bought at the end of 2010. And it's only got like 40,000 Ks on it, but it's immaculate. When it's washed, it's always pretty dirty. But I'd be horrified if I bought a new car, and it looked like that on the battery. And this car essentially is younger. This has just been restored, so 2 years ago. So part of that's down to repro parts and just the cheap black. It's just a sort of a rust protected black. It's probably designed to be stripped off and coated properly. But another thing is, on the Galaxy I used to use, and I've only seen them in the United States, they're like a mat that sort of neutralises acid. Even this, if you look at this was one of the bolts that came with it. It's a 5/16 fine, and it's sat, I put that in a lathe and sort of machined it down because it sat proud of here, so the battery would have dug into the battery casing, and then we would have had a whole world of hurt. But anyway, I've had my whinge. I'll give that a clean up too before I put it in. Dusty and dirty. Alright, so that can go off to the blaster as well. Now I've got to get the one out of the XD. Here's the XD one. This one's never been out. It doesn't look that bad. I might as well get that one done as well. In with the rest of the plating. Okay. Typical Ford, they've introduced some metric into the mix. This has never been out. You can see, my arm's probably in the way. Hang on a sec. It's all fresh metal underneath, and the fasteners are all still... It's never been out of the car since it was built. Oh gosh. That's so cool. And a bit peely, but that doesn't matter. That's really, really resurrectable. I think that's going to be cool. It's affected there a little bit, but that doesn't matter. It's absolutely superficial. It's in outstanding condition, actually much better than I thought it would be. It's interesting to see, this has never been out. It's a sort of another terminal down there. That could be for some of the 5.8 engines used a external solenoid on the starter, and that could be what that is. Could be something like that, so they could use the one common loom. So before I realised I had no compression, I started looking at carburetors, and I'm not going to do that here. I actually got a bit confused because on the front of them, these plates just screw on this whole securing plate, and of course there's the rear one there. And I can get that replated. It doesn't look too bad when I plate the rest of the stuff. There's a little nipple sort of thing on the front of each carburetor. I thought it was riveted, but it's not. They just come off. But inside looks lovely. I don't know if you can see in there. But they're jammed. So we've got to figure out what's going on there. I've shelved this for now because I'm more interested in seeing what's up with the motor. So we'll get back to carburetors at a later day. We've just got to sort of put things in boxes, catalogue them a bit. It's all a bit sort of haphazard. Things are bagged and just chucked into boxes, but not in any specific sort of order. So need to have a look at that as well. Right, well now it's time to get all this stuff off to the plaster. And then I'll be starting painting the hallway inside. And while I'm taking a break from painting in the house, we'll start pulling this apart. Well, you can tell I shot this exactly the same time as I shot the intro. In the next chapter we'll get all into the engine and have a good look at that. So until then, drive safely, enjoy classic, and I'll see you later.